Today, we are diving deep into one of the biggest questions there is. What exactly is life? We're going to explore a really mind-bending theory that connects the insane complexity of your body to the absolute strangest rules of the universe.
Take a look at this number, 50 million billion. That is the number of perfectly coordinated biochemical processes happening inside your body every single second. It's a number so huge, it's pretty much impossible to even wrap your head around.
And that right there is the central mystery we're unpacking today. How is this unbelievable, perfectly synchronized dance of life even possible? What or who is the conductor of this incredible symphony?
To really get a handle on this, let's first just appreciate the sheer scale of what's going on inside you right now. We're calling it the 50 million billion dance. Okay, so your body is made up of about 50 trillion cells, give or take. Now, in every single one of those cells, about 1 million chemical reactions are happening every second. You do the math, and you get that absolutely staggering number. Everything from digesting your lunch, to healing a cut, to you just thinking. It's all part of a perfectly timed biological ballet.
Now, for a long time, science had what seemed like a pretty simple answer for who is in charge of this whole dance: DNA. But as we're about to find out, that explanation, well, it started to completely fall apart.
See, the old way of thinking was that your DNA was like this fixed computer program. It was hard-coded from the moment you were born with every single instruction your body would ever need. But the new reality, thanks to this amazing field called epigenetics, is so much more dynamic. Turns out our genes are more like flexible blueprints that can be changed by, well, everything. What we eat, how we exercise, even our thoughts can change which genes get turned on or off. Our destiny is definitely not set in stone. And this wasn't some slow, gradual shift in thinking. No, this was a full-blown revolution. The real turning point was in 2003 when the Human Genome Project was completed. Scientists literally expected to find the master computer program for life written in our genetic code, but they didn't. It just wasn't there. This forced a complete rethink and opened the door to a much stranger possibility. So this raises a gigantic question. If the instructions aren't in the DNA, where are they? And this is where the story takes a wild turn. Researchers began to suspect that the answer was somewhere truly unexpected, not just outside the cell, but maybe outside of physical reality itself.
All right, to follow this trail, we have to leave the familiar world of biology we know and love and step into the totally bizarre realm of quantum mechanics. This is the fundamental and frankly super weird operating system of our universe.
Probably the best way to think about the quantum world is to imagine you're standing in a really thick fog. You can see some vague shapes out there, but you have no idea what they are. Anything is possible. It's only when you actually walk up and touch something that it solidifies into a specific object, like a tree or a rock. That's kind of how quantum reality works. It exists as this cloud of pure potential until someone, or something, observes it and forces it to choose what it's going to be. This idea of existing in all possible states at once has a name. It's called superposition. It means a tiny particle, like an electron, isn't in just one place. It's in this sort of smear of all the places it could be, all at the same time, until you try to find it.
This is famously illustrated by Schrödinger's cat thought experiment. He imagined a cat in a box, and its life depended on the totally random decay of a single atom. Now, according to the strange rules of quantum mechanics, until you open that box and look, the atom is both decayed and not decayed, which means the cat is in a superposition of being both alive and dead at the exact same time. Weird, right?
So, how does any of this quantum weirdness connect back to that perfectly coordinated 50 million billion process dance of life?
Well, the answer lies in something that acts like a bridge between these two very different worlds. And that bridge is a phenomenon called quantum coherence. This is where a group of quantum particles stops acting like a random, chaotic crowd and starts acting like a perfectly synchronized choir, all vibrating in perfect harmony as if they're one single thing. And we have absolutely stunning proof of this happening in nature. Just look at photosynthesis. When sunlight hits a leaf, hundreds of little chlorophyll molecules snap into a state of quantum coherence. This unified, harmonious state lets them pass the sun's energy along to the plant's reaction center with almost 100% efficiency. That's way better than any man-made solar panel. It's a little quantum miracle happening all around us all the time. And get this, it isn't just happening in plants. The evidence for quantum coherence is all over our own bodies. Our tissues, they've been found to exist in a coherent liquid crystal state, which allows for super-fast body-wide communication. Even the faint light our cells give off, they're called biophotons, is released in a synchronized, coherent way. Not randomly like a dim light bulb, but more like a tiny coordinated laser. And here's the kicker. DNA itself acts like a liquid crystal, perfectly capable of supporting this quantum harmony. The master molecule of life seems to be built for this stuff.
So all of this builds to one single, profound question. If life is using quantum coherence to organize itself, where is the organizing information actually coming from?
Well, the answer might lie in a concept called non-locality. Think of it like a whole other level of reality that exists outside our normal space and time. In this place, distance doesn't matter. Everything is fundamentally interconnected and information can be shared instantly, everywhere.
Okay, now this is where it gets really, really wild. One of the leading ideas in physics today is called the holographic principle. It suggests that our entire three-dimensional universe, everything you see, feel, and touch, might actually be a holographic projection. The real information that creates our reality could be encoded on a two-dimensional, non-local field, something existing completely outside of our space and time.
This creates a parallel that is just startling. For thousands of years, spiritual traditions all over the world have described a subtle energy body, or a soul, basically a non-physical blueprint that provides the pattern for our physical form. It's an incredible echo of what cutting-edge physics is now suggesting, that our physical bodies are 3D projections, coordinated by information coming from a non-local field.
So quantum coherence is the mechanism. It's the secret bridge that allows information from that non-local source to intelligently organize those 50 million billion processes a second. In this view, life isn't just some random accident of chemistry. It's an intelligent projection of information into matter.
And this whole mind-blowing theory leaves us with one final, truly awe-inspiring question. If our physical reality, if life itself is a projection from some deeper, more fundamental source, then who or what is running the projector?
Health is the most precious gift. If this video helped you or someone you love, please like, subscribe, and share so more families can stay safe and healthy.